Hi folks, Eagles beat reporter Mike Kaye here for NJ.com. I wanted to talk to you about some of the more compelling roster battles heading into mandatory minicamp. There's quite a few battles that have taken place over OTAs that seem really tight. That is the fifth wide receiver spot, the starting middle linebacker job, and the fourth defensive end spot. Those three competitions are going to be very close. Now, they're not necessarily high profile. Obviously, with the wide receiver position, it's everybody behind Deshaun Jackson, Alshon Jeffrey, Nelson Aguilar, and J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. But there's a lot of competition there. Charles Johnson, the veteran who played in the AAF last season, seems to be the odds-on favorite for that fifth job. Mac Hollins is sidelined with the groin injury that cost him all of last season. Shelton Gibson didn't really stick out during OTAs, during at least the four practices that media was able to watch. And then you've got the dark horse DeAndre Tompkins, who could be an asset as a punt returner. Now, when you look at the starting middle linebacker job, that's kind of up in the air. The Eagles went after L.J. Fort in free agency in the first week of free agency and really targeted him. He was one of their few compensatory pick formula adjustments on their side, signing a guy that counts against the compensatory pick formula. He's been with mostly the second team defense as of late. So is Zach Brown, the big free agent signing post-draft. They brought him in, the veteran who has been a former Pro Bowler. I mean, he's a guy that has had some strong seasons in the league, but it's Nathan Gary, the third-year player out of Nebraska, who is starting with the first team defense during OTAs with Nigel Bradham out of OTAs, skipping workouts, whether it's due to his reported hand injury or if he just decided to skip voluntary workouts. Camus Grugier-Hill has been the other starting linebacker in nickel situations. He's been playing on the weak side. Paul Worlow, Zach Brown have been kind of rotating in with the first team Sam base defense. So that competition between Zach Brown, Nathan Gary, and LJ Fort will definitely be worth watching as we move into mandatory minicamp and then in training camp. And then when you look at the fourth defensive end position, Chris Long left a big hole in that rotation. Vinny Curry looks great as the third defensive end. Now you've got to figure out who that fourth guy is. Josh Sweat, last year's fourth-round pick, has looked very good. He's picked up would-be sacks in multiple practices that the media has been able to watch. Sharif Miller, the fourth-round pick for this year, has looked good, but he's still probably a work in progress. Joe Osman really hasn't stuck out that much, but a guy like Deshaun Hall has impressed the coaching staff during the offseason program and then during his short stint with the team last year. For all of our Eagles coverage, including training camp and mini camp roster battles, turn to the sports section of NJ.com.